Shalom, another Bible reading. We in Ecclesiastes. From the last video, I asked people to comment what book would you like me to see me read next from the New Testament. And so far we got Romans, so I'm gonna wait a little bit longer, but so far it's looking like Romans. So after we finish Ecclesiastes, which is only 12 chapters, we will go on to Romans in the New Testament. But let's just dive straight into the Bible reading. I feel like the more I read, the more I'm conscious of the things I do and my awareness to want to do better and not just be okay with doing BS. Give me a second to find Ecclesiastes. All right, here we go. Where I stopped at last night. Hold on, give me 1 second. All right, so I figured it out. I'm on chapter 7. Kind of tired, but you know what I'm saying the grind don't stop. I'm saying the knowledge, the wisdom, gaining knowledge and wisdom don't stop just because you're tired. You know what I'm saying we not lazy. We're not supposed to be lazy people. We're supposed to always get stuff done. So let's get it done. Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 1. A good name is better than precious ointment, and a day of death than a day of one's birth. So a good name is better than a precious item, basically. Your name holds way more weight than a physical item, and a day of death than the day of one's birth. So the day of your death is better than the day of your birth. It is better to go to the house of mourning than to go to the house of feasting, for that is the end of all men, and the living will lay it to his heart. Sorrow is better than laughter, for by the sadness of the countenance the heart is made better. That's deep. So basically you going through issues in life, you having sorrow and things like that, it makes your heart, if you allow it and you humble yourself, it makes your heart better. The heart of the wise is in the house of the mourning, but the heart of fools is in the house of mirth. It is better to hear the rebuke of the wise than for a man to hear the song of fools. So it's better to hear somebody rebuke you and correct you coming from a wise person rather than you just listen to the song of fools. Listen to fools talk BS. Nothing really edifying. For as the crackling of thorns under a pot, so is the laughter of the fool. This also is vanity. Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad, and a gift destroyeth the heart. Better is the end of a thing than the beginning thereof, and the patient in spirit is better than the proud in spirit. Facts. So it says better is the end of a thing than the beginning thereof. So when something is not basically what this scripture is saying that it's better of the end of something, like something coming to an end than the beginning thereof, because the beginning thereof, that thing that you starting or beginning, it could be bad for you and you don't know it at the time and stuff like that. But by the end of it, if you come to the knowledge or the wisdom of understanding that that's not for you, it's better for you that it ended than when it began, if that makes any sense. And then in the next verse, in the next line, it says, and the patient in spirit is better than the proud in spirit. That's pretty self-explanatory, but we could break that down a little bit. And the patient in spirit is better than the proud in spirit. You being patient in your spirit is better than you being proud in your spirit, because you being proud in your spirit, you're going to be hasty and you're going to be high-minded and not be able to be you can't be taught now because you're proud in spirit, but the patient in spirit and stuff like that, they're able to listen to people and better grasp things better than the person that's proud in spirit. Be not hasty in thy spirit to be angry, for anger resteth in the bosom of fools. So don't be quick to be angry. Whenever you catch yourself getting angry and stuff like that, always remember that you will be in a better frame of mind when you're calm and you're not angry. You're not supposed to make decisions or say things out of anger. You feel what I'm saying? Because you can't take those things back. So always catch yourself when you become angry, because you could say something or do something that you shouldn't do, and it's gonna cause affecting your life or other people's life. Like, you could be angry about somebody, try to go fight them, now they shoot you. Now, if you would have just calmed yourself down and not have been angry, you wouldn't have made that foolish decision. But now you're dead because you made a decision out of anger that could have been avoided. So always try to catch yourself. We're not perfect. We're going to get angry sometimes, but always try to at least catch yourself or see that you're getting angry and try to defer yourself, redirect yourself. I'm on Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 10. Say not thou, what is the cause that the former days were better than these? For thou dost not inquire wisely concerning this. So don't be so focused on the past. Don't worry about the former days and stuff like that. Like, once the former days or anything has gone past, it's in the past. It stays in the past. It's never going to come back to the present. So leave it in the past. No matter if you think that back then was better than it is now, it's not. It's in the past. So leave it in the past. Don't focus on the future. Just focus on the present. That's all you can focus on, is the present and what you can do right now. This too shall pass. Facts. Let me see where I'm at. Wisdom is good with an inheritance, and by it there is profit to them that see the sun. For wisdom is a defense, and money is a defense. But excellency of knowledge is that wisdom giveth life to them that have it. Consider the work of God, for who can make that straight which he have made crooked? In the day of prosperity be joyful, but in the day of adversity consider. God also has set the one over against the other, to the end that man should find nothing after him. All things have I seen in the days of vanity. There is a just man that perisheth in his righteousness, and there is a wicked man that prolongeth his life in wickedness. It's all meaningless. Facts. I want to break that down really quickly. It says, all things I have seen in the days of my vanity, there is a just man that perisheth in his righteousness. So he perishes or dies in his righteousness. The person that's speaking right now in that scripture, he's basically saying that righteous man that perished, he didn't deserve to perish because he was a righteous person. But on the other end, there is a wicked man who prolonged his life, and he should have been the one that died, but he wasn't the one that died. So basically, we got to realize in life, it doesn't always goes the way that we think it should go. You might be doing good and stuff like that, and you might have an early end. Somebody might be doing bad or doing wickedly, and they might live longer than you and stuff like that. But in the end, they still are going to get the judgment and stuff like that. That's what we need to really focus on, is that everybody is going to get what they reap. What they sow. You reap what you sow. Whatever you do in this life, no matter how long it takes, it's going to eventually come back to you. Beware of your company. Yes, good. Bad company corrupts good morals. You could get blessing to you. Yes. All right. So let me see where I stopped at. And there is a wicked man that prolongeth his life in wickedness. Be not righteous over much, neither make thyself over wise. Why shouldest thou destroy thyself? So in the next line, he's saying, don't be over righteous. You feel what I'm saying? Don't make yourself over wise, because you're going to destroy yourself. Like, all that wisdom and all that knowledge is not supposed to be is not supposed to be for one person. We're not supposed to know every single thing or understand every single thing that happens in his life. So don't kill yourself trying to figure everything out and trying to do everything right. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you can do your best to do everything right, but understand that in life we have to have mistakes and go through things so that we can learn from it. You feel what I'm saying? Where did I stop at? Be not over wicked. Be not over much wicked, neither be thou foolish. Why shouldest thou die before thy time? So let's bring that. Let's tap into that really quickly. It says, be not over much wicked, neither be thou foolish. Why shouldest thou die before thy time? So basically he's saying, don't be over righteous because that can kill you early. And also don't be over wicked because that can kill you early as well. A lot of people in the black community and stuff like that, just using this as an example, 9 times out of 10, a lot of people don't make it over 21 because they're doing wicked deeds and they're in wickedness. You feel what I'm saying? It's not all the time, but 9 times out of 10, like, they're doing wicked things, whether it be stealing, killing, something they're doing. You feel what I'm saying? And I understand, like, the system and all that type of stuff, oppression and all that type of stuff, but, like, you don't have to be wicked. Nobody causes you to be wicked. It's a choice. Why shouldest thou die before thy time? It is good that thou shouldest take hold of this, yea, also from this withdraw not thine hand, for he that feareth God shall come forth of them all. Wisdom strengtheneth the wise more than 10 mighty men which are in the city. So you having wisdom is way stronger. God don't like prideful and he don't like evil. Facts. Live and learn. It's energy that can be shifted. Okay, yeah. So 19, chapter 7, verse 19 says, wisdom strengtheneth the wise more than 10 mighty men. So wisdom is more better than 10 strong men, like super strong men. You know what I'm saying? Because you could have all the physical strength in the world, but it would mean nothing if somebody were to outsmart you. You feel what I'm saying? So wisdom is always going to be the principal thing that you should be getting. It shouldn't be physical strength. For there is not a just man upon earth that doeth good and sinneth not. So it ain't not one person on this earth that don't make mistakes and that don't sin. Not one. We all make mistakes, we all sin. But it's the repentant heart that separates us from the regular man. You feel what I'm saying? As long as you're willing to repent and that you're honest in that intention and you do it with a contrite heart, then, you know what I'm saying, you're separated from somebody who is just doing wickedness and not really repenting of his wickedness and just doesn't care. He's just going to continue to do wickedness. Also, take no heed unto all the words that are spoken, lest thou hear thy servant curse thee. For oftentimes also thine own heart knoweth that thou thyself likewise hast cursed others. All this have I proved by wisdom. I said, I will be wise, but it was far from me. That which is far off and exceeding deep, who can find it out? I applied my heart to know and to search and to seek out wisdom and the reason of things, and to know the wickedness of folly, even of foolishness and madness. And I find more bitter than death the woman whose heart is snares and nets, and her hands as bands. Whoso pleaseth God shall escape from her, but the sinner shall be taken by her. Behold, this I have found, saith the preacher, counting one by one to find out the account, which yet my soul seeketh, but I find not. One man among 1,000 have I found, but a woman among all those have I not found. Lo, this only have I found, that God have made man upright, but they have sought out many inventions. All right, we on chapter 8 now. But basically, just to recap what chapter 7 was about. Chapter 7 was basically about not really getting too deep into being over righteous or over wicked. You feel what I'm saying? It got to be a balance to it. You don't want to be overly wicked and you don't want to be overly righteous. Because in the end is just going to cause you death, stress, or whatever the case may be, is because you're so anxious and worried about something that you shouldn't be worried about. All you should be worried about in this life is doing your part, playing your role. And I feel like man's role in his life is to help, is to gain wisdom and understanding and pass that wisdom and understanding on to the next. That's in my opinion. And to do righteousness, don't do wickedness. That's just my opinion on the matter. And it was basically talking about chapter 7 was talking about hold on, let me go back a little bit. Alright. Yeah, I basically already said it all. Ain't no more to it. Chapter 8, enjoy life. Who is as the wise man, and who knoweth the interpretation of a thing? A man's wisdom maketh his face to shine, and the boldness of his face shall be changed. I counsel thee to keep the king's commandment, that in regard of the oath of God, be not hasty to go out of his sight. Stand not in an evil thing, for he doeth whatever pleaseth him. So be not hasty to go out of God's sight and to do wickedness. Stand not in the way of an evil thing, for he doeth whatever he pleaseth, whatsoever pleaseth him. So the wicked person has no morals. It doesn't have no integrity. They're going to do whatever they want. So don't hang around them, because bad company corrupts good morals. Or bad, I'm just paraphrasing, but bad company corrupts good people. So stay away from it. Unless you're trying to give out the gospel, or you're trying to, you know what I'm saying, speak righteousness to them, stay away from them. And then even when you speak righteousness to them, you don't force it. If they don't accept it and they're not willing to change, you leave them and you keep it moving. You don't overly just try to, what's the word I'm looking for? Convert somebody. That's what I meant. That's the word I was looking for. Convert. I counsel thee to keep the king's commandment, and that in regard of the oath of God. Be not hasty to go out of his sight. Stand not in an evil thing, for he doeth whatsoever pleaseth him. Where the word of a king is, there is power. And who may say unto him, what doest thou? Whoso keepeth the commandment shall feel no evil thing, and a wise man's heart discerneth both time and judgment. Because to every purpose there is a time and judgment. Therefore the misery of man is great upon him. For he knoweth not that which shall be, for who can tell him when it shall be? So basically, like I said earlier, you can't focus on the past or the future, because us as human beings, we don't know the past or the future. We can't predict it or know what's going to happen and stuff like that. Or we can't change the past, so it needs to stay there. So all we can do is focus on the present and what's happening in front of us right now. And that's it. I'm trying to figure out where I'm at. For you know if not that. Okay. I'm on Ecclesiastes 8, chapter 8, verse 8. There is no man that have power over the spirit to retain the spirit, neither have he power in the day of death. And there is no discharge in that war, neither shall wickedness deliver those that are given to it. All this I have seen and applied my heart unto every work that is done under the sun. There is a time wherein one man ruleth over another to his own hurt. And so I saw the wicked buried, who had come and gone from the place of the holy, and they were forgotten in the city where they had so done. This is also vanity, because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily. Therefore the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil. Though a sinner do evil 100 times and his days be prolonged, yet surely I know that it shall be well with them that fear God, which fear before him. But it shall not be well with the wicked, neither shall he prolong his days, which are as a shadow, because he feareth not before God. There is a vanity which is done upon the earth, and there be just men, unto whom it happeneth according to the work of the wicked. Again, there be a wicked man to whom it happeneth according to the work of the righteous. I said that this is also vanity. Then I commended myrrh, because a man have no better thing under the sun than to eat and to drink and to be merry, for that shall abide with him of his labor the days of his life, which God giveth him under the sun. When I applied my heart to know wisdom and to see the business that is done upon the earth, for also there is that neither day nor night seeth sleep with his eyes, then I beheld all the work of God, that a man cannot find out of the work that is done under the sun, because though a man labor to seek it out, yet he shall not find it. Yea, further, though a wise man think to know it, yet shall he not be able to find it. So basically he's saying that, like, no matter how much of your own works you try to use to gain the wisdom of God, it won't work. The only way that you can obtain the wisdom of God is if God give it to you, because you're humble in the spirit and he can trust you with that wisdom. You can't earn it by just doing a bunch of work and stuff like that. I think that was the whole 8. All right, chapter 9. For all this I considered in my heart even to declare all this, that the righteous and the wise and their works are in the hand of God. No man knoweth either love or hatred by all that is before them. All things come alike to all. There is one event to the righteous and to the wicked, to the good and to the clean and to the unclean, to him that sacrificeth and to him that sacrificeth not. As is the good, so is the sinner. And he that sweareth, as he feareth an oath. As he that feareth an oath. This is an evil among all things that are done under the sun, that there is one event unto all. Yea, also the heart of the sons of men is full of evil, and madness is in their heart while they live, and after that they go to the dead. So from the time we are born onto this earth, whether you want to believe it or not, we are wicked. You feel what I'm saying? Even as a child, we are wicked. Until we are corrected and taught in the ways that we should go. Like, that's why they said, teach a child the ways from a young age and they won't depart from it. You feel what I'm saying? So we all born into wickedness. We all wicked. Whether we want to admit it or not, we all wicked until somebody who is righteous teaches us the correct way to how to live. And that's just what it is. Let me see where I stopped at. For to him that is joined to all the living, there is hope. For a living dog is better than a dead lion. Because if you're living, you still have a chance to repent. If you're dead, if you didn't repent and you stayed in wickedness, there is no more hope for you. For the living know that they shall die, but the dead know not anything. The dead don't know anything because they can't see or feel anything when they die. They're in a constant state of nothingness. Once we die, we return back to nothingness until the day of judgment. And then that's when everybody gets judged accordingly. Neither have they any more a reward, for the memory of them is forgotten. Also their love and their hatred and their envy is now perished. All their feelings are perished. It don't mean nothing now that they're dead. Neither have they any more a portion forever in anything that is done under the sun. Go thy way, eat thy bread with joy, and drink thy wine with a merry heart, for God now accepteth thy works. Let thy garments be also white, and let thy head lack no ointment. Live joyfully with the wife of whom thou lovest all the days of let me reread that. Live joyfully with the wife of whom thou lovest all the days of the life of thy vanity, which he hath given thee under the sun, all the days of thy vanity. For that is thy portion in this life, and in thy labor which thou takest under the sun. Whatsoever thy hand findeth to do, do it with thy might. For there is no work, nor device, nor knowledge, nor wisdom in the grave, whither thou goest. So once you die, that's it. There is no knowledge. There is no redemption. There is nothing there's nothing. It's complete nothingness. So while you're alive, go ahead and do the best that you can and do what you got to do. Because once you die and once your time is up, it's over. There's no more hope for you. There's no more chance for you if you didn't get it right in this lifetime. Trying to find where I stopped off at. All right, Ecclesiastes chapter 9, verse 11. I returned and saw under the sun that the race is not to the swift, nor the battle to the strong, neither yet bread to the wise, nor yet riches to men of understanding, nor yet favor to men of skill, but time and chance happeneth to them all. So by time and chance, when the time is right, that's when it happens for people. Not just because you have skill, not because of your favor, not because of your understanding, not because you're wise, not because you're strong or swift or anything like that. It's by chance, time and chance that it happened to their time and their chance. Sorry if I made that overly complicated, but yeah, it's by time and chance. It's not because of their own works. For man also knoweth not his time, as the fishes that are taken in the evil net, and as the birds that are caught in the snare, so are the sons of men snared in the evil time, when it falleth suddenly upon them. This wisdom have I seen also under the sun, and it seemed great unto me. There was a little city, and few men within it, and there came a great king against it, and besieged it, and built great bulwarks against it. Now there was found in it a poor wise man, and he by his wisdom delivered the city. He was poor, he had no money, but he was a wise man, and he delivered it by his wisdom. He delivered the city from whatever was going on through wisdom. Yet no man remembered that same poor man. Yet even though he did something great and he saved the city or whatever, they did not remember this guy because he was poor. Then said I, wisdom is better than strength. Nevertheless, the poor man's wisdom is despised, and his words are not heard. Because nobody cares about the wisdom and stuff like that. They only care about the things that's tangible, the things that are physical, that you can touch and stuff like that. They don't care about the things that you can't touch. You feel what I'm saying? That's why us as human beings, we get attracted from the lust of the eye, because as soon as we see something, we want it. It's the desire in our heart or our spirit, whatever you want to call it, both of them. It's in the desire of our hearts and our spirit that causes us to lust after things that we shouldn't be lusting after. You feel what I'm saying? I'm trying to find out where I stopped at. Then said I, wisdom is better than strength. Nevertheless, the poor man's wisdom is despised, and his words are not heard. The words of wise men are heard in quiet more than the cry of him that ruleth among fools. Wisdom is better than weapons of war, but one sinner destroyeth much good. So wisdom is better than weapons of war, because I'm saying you can have 1,000 guns and stuff like that, but if you know how to outmaneuver people with wisdom and stuff like that, it don't matter how many guns, how many weapons that they have, if they don't know how to use it or know how to maneuver, right? That's why a lot of battles are won off of knowledge and your wisdom and not just manpower. Sometimes you need to outsmart people and not just try to dominate people through strength alone. Let me see. I'm on 10. Should I read all the way to 12? I'm going to stop on 10 so I can lead 2 more chapters after this. And then we're going to call it so everybody can just meditate on what's been read so far instead of just reading a whole lot and then people got to really just digest way too much information all at one time, which isn't really a good thing. So I'm going to do 1 more chapter and then I'm done. This one, I like this title. It says Observations of Wisdom and Folly. Dead flies cause the ointment of the apothecary to send forth a stinking savor. So doeth a little folly him that is in reputation for wisdom and honor. A wise man's heart is at his right hand, but a fool's heart at his left. Yet also when he that is a fool walketh by the way, his wisdom faileth him, and he saith to everyone that he is a fool. If the spirit of the ruler rise up against thee, leave not thy place, for yielding pacifieth great offenses. There is an evil which I have seen under the sun, as an error which proceedeth from the ruler. Folly is set in great dignity, and the rich sit in low place. I have seen servants upon horses, and princes walking as servants upon the earth. He that diggeth a pit shall fall into it, and whosoever breaketh an hedge, a serpent shall bite him. Whoso removeth stones shall be hurt therewith, and he that cleaveth wood shall be endangered thereby. If the iron be blunt and he do not whet the edge, then must he put to more strength, but wisdom is profitable to direct. Surely the serpent will bite without enchantment, and the babbler is no better. The words of a wise man's mouth are gracious, but the lips of a fool will swallow up himself. The lips of a fool will kill himself because he's speaking from a place of foolishness. So his own words is going to basically get him. And the words of a wise man are gracious because every word that he has proceed out his mouth, he thought carefully about each and every single word. The beginning. All right, here we go. The beginning of the words of his mouth is foolishness, and the end of his talk is mischievous madness. Mischievous madness. A fool also is full of words. A man cannot tell what shall be and what shall be after him. Who can tell him? The labor of the foolish wearieth every one of them, because he knoweth not how to go to the city. Woe to thee, O land, when thy king is a child, and thy princes eat in the morning. Blessed art thou, O land, when thy king is the son of nobles, and thy princes eat in a due season for strength and not for drunkenness. By much slothfulness the building decayeth, and through idleness of the hands the house droppeth through. So you not putting in the work and you just being lazy and idle and stuff like that, the building or whatever the case may be is the house, it will decay or it will drop through because you're not working on it. You're just being lazy. So that's with anything in life. If you being slothful or idle, nothing that you do will prosper. It will always fall through. It will never stand the test of time. But if you're diligent and you're a hard worker and things like that, the things that you use hard work for or do hard work on and stuff like that, it's going to stand the test of time. It's going to be prosperous. A feast is made for laughter, and wine maketh merry, but money answereth all things. Curse not the king, no, not in thy thought, and curse not the rich in thy bedchamber, for a bird of the air shall carry the voice, and that which hath wings shall tell the matter. So that was chapter 10. I'm gonna just quickly give my rundown on what I think that this chapter was about, and I'm gonna hop off this live. But basically what chapter 10 was about was all the observations of people who are wise and people who are fools. Basically, the fools in the matter, nothing that they do will prosper or nothing that they say will be a benefit or profitable. People that are wise, those are the people that the things for them, they prosper. Words that come out their mouth are profitable, and you should definitely listen to a person that's wise and stuff like that because it can help you. So this is basically just saying the observations of wisdom and folly on both ends and stuff like that. But I'm not going to go too deep. I got 2 more chapters of Ecclesiastes. I'm not going to do them. I might do them later, but I'm not going to do them right now. But I got 2 more chapters of Ecclesiastes, and then when I'm done this chapter or this book, whatever the case may be, is I'm going to move on to Romans. Or if anybody else drops me a comment on which book I should read of the New Testament, then I'll take that into consideration. But for now, what it looks like we're going to go into next is Romans. So I hope everybody enjoys the rest of the day. I hope that you choose wisdom over folly or wisdom over foolishness. And yeah, that's all I got to say. Shalom, shalom.